welcome Sith for Life, and we are going to be doing our second uh, episode of Comics Review, and we got a fun one tonight. It's
Yeah.
interesting read and very unique take. If you tell by the title, it is the Star Wars Dark Horse
hmm
miniseries. It's a 8 issue with a zero. It's going through like the design and stuff like that. So 8 issues, kind of technically 9 if you count the zero.
I didn't even look. I mean, like I skimmed through it. I was like, "Oh, this isn't story. Skip."
Well, I liked it for like it breaks down like the character design stuff, rechanges and swords, and
hmm
but it's fun. Like this is what Star Wars would have been without studio Hollywood interference, and
If George Lucas was left to his own devices, this is Star Wars, and Star Wars would have been dead long ago if this was what
yeah,
came out.
it reads like a B sci-fi novel.
Yes.
Movie that is
I.
very different. Oh, well, we don't have no background music.
Oh no. You can't be left alone with our thoughts. That would be
No.
terrifying.
Especially after reading
The Star Wars.
the Star Wars. Let's go ahead and pull it up on screen. We can see there's visually differences. Doing some research on this, they say um, Luke's Anakin Starkiller is the main character. The book does not read that way. It is nowhere near that. He's kind of like very side story.
He felt like a side story, even to Leia. Like Leia felt more like a main character than
Yes,
Anakin did.
this is in this story. It starts off. Luke is a legendary Jedi general, which they call him Jedi. It's not Jedi. It's
Jedi Bendu.
Bendu. It's a weird name for the Jedi. They had that extra thing for Jedi. They don't really have powers.
No, I don't think they ever used the Force. They were just
no. May the force of others be with you.
right. May the Force of others be with you. Now that's so. I read that very first issue like 10 years ago when this first came out, and for some reason that May the Force of others be with you has stuck with me forever. I can't hear May the Force be with you without thinking May the Force of others be with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it's because I actually had the first issue of this in paper form, and
It's definitely an interesting take. They actually did this with approval of George Lucas. They took like in the issue zero. They did some like preliminary like panels, just like comic pages, to take George to get approval for them to do this comic. So this is like 2013. This is pre-Disney, isn't it?
this is pre-Disney. This was 2014, I think.
2013, 2014. When
It was right before the Disney takeover.
it is,
It's better than
look like Star Destroyers. They are called Star Destroyers, but
they're shaped like Star Destroyers.
they're very shapeless. But they are two-seater fighters, which,
to be fair, kind of got taken back to Attack of the Clones when we see that kind of arrowhead-shaped fighter.
they're the shock troopers, stormtroopers. They are quite a bit different than like what you see on in the originals. They look similar. They pretty much a lightsaber is not restricted to a Jedi and Sith weapon.
No,
Everybody has lightsabers, laser swords, whatever you want to call them. They let's do the research. They said everybody's lightsabers are red. Their lightsabers are white.
yes,
So now the quote supposed to be the main character, Anakin Starkiller, is the son of Kanan Starkiller, who is more like Vader than any other character in here.
yes.
He's mostly cybernetic. He's basically like an arm and a head left on his body, which is this character here. But
This comic run I felt like needed to be fleshed out more. Like
Yeah.
it could have been, 30 or 40 issues, because there were several moments
It feels
especially
like
early on.
there's missing issues in between what's going on. It's like, I mean,
It's
they're acting like a lot of time has passed, but no, this is
that. Yes, between Kane dropping off Anakin to be trained, and then he shows up like 2 pages later, and it's like, wait a minute,
it acts like he hasn't seen them in years.
he does. But I guess it's been a long time, but it doesn't. Nowhere does it say 3 months later, 6 months later, 2 years later. We just jump into the next page, and it's like, oh, wait.
Yeah, and it's like even like they like the first panel they showed like a Kane, and it's like his hair's gray. He just dropped him off. Why was his hair gray now? It's
Yeah.
like, and with the dialogue between his son and Luke, it makes it seem like a lot more time has passed than what has been.
Right. And can I
They
say,
did.
Kane took the death of his youngest son very well, like
Yes.
surprisingly well. He was like
This character
did not
here
care.
is basically was designed after like the original design for Luke Skywalker, like in the movie, not the original design, but they kind of was inspired. That's what they said in like in this right here. His name was Deke Starkiller, and
He dies on like the second page. And
nonchalantly, it's like, oh well, he's dead. Good for him.
My son died. My brother died. Let's go. We're done here.
Yeah, you can see this is very styled after like a Mark Hamill, a young Mark Hamill. That's what they even say, like in the notes. But interesting designs for the characters and some of the stuff they went a little. The original concepts they were going to go even more flashy with them, more Flash Gordon. This Luke Skywalker was going to be very much in his look was going to be like very much like Flash Gordon.
Yeah.
But they went.
You see a lot of the Ralph McQuarrie inspiration in this comic, which I do like. I do like that kind of retro futuristic vibe.
Now, I will say throughout the entire story, when I was reading Luke's dialogue, it's Ewan McGregor in my head, because he very much plays a character much like a General Kenobi in like the episode 3.
This should have been like, this is how Obi-Wan should have looked in the Obi-Wan series, like in his transition to Ewan McGregor to Old Man Ben.
Yeah.
Like
this would have made more sense, especially with the grayer hair and more weathered, grizzled. And because like these are some of the concepts they had for this version. I like what they went with. I do like the more military style. It is really cool, like seeing all the concept stuff. The droids are weird. R2's very small.
Yes, and very talkative.
Yes, he doesn't beat. He actually speaks. And they're kind of like slapstick a little bit too, like with the droids when
I didn't feel friendship between R2 and C-3PO. They were not happy with each other.
No. This is pretty much their Han Solo, this big green guy. Well, this is the concept stuff, but in the comic itself, he looks like Swamp Thing, but black vest and black pants. The Emperor, the name for the Emperor is very interesting. It is what is it? Cost the shit.
And he was all political.
I know part like the sheet or something they look at, but
yeah. But he was political. He wasn't like
Sith
Lord or anything. He was a politician.
Yeah, he was very much in style. Style-wise, that's Ming. He looks like Ming, the Merciless. But he's a politician. He's more like a Adolf Hitler type character than anything. He's just using people's greed and politics and manipulating the populace to become popular and rise to power.
Yep.
It is more, and the design for Vader. Vader is not it is such a messed up story. They say like he's not the main protagonist. It's Prince Balaam. Balaam. How do you pronounce his name?
Yeah, I didn't. Vader was very forgettable in this.
Valorum. Prince Valorum. He is the Sith tonight that is actually the Emperor sends to track him, but he's not really the bad guy.
No, he ends up. He ends up teaming up with.
Yeah, the Sith
Anakin.
apparently were not as evil as
The Empire.
ended up becoming being in the actual movie verse. They're actually armed warriors.
It felt more G.I. Joe Cobra than it did Jedi and Sith.
Yes, that yeah, it did. Now the Empire does torture and mutilate and kill people a lot in this book.
Yes,
They,
the Empire was bad. The Sith, we like those guys.
The Empire treats their victims much like the way the Predators in the movies do. They string them up and basically cut them to pieces. And they're not shy about chopping people up with lightsabers in this series too.
No, they're not.
With the design for Vader, he is just a big dude, and he's a general. General Darth Vader. He's not cybernetic. He's got a scarred up face. He's got a scar through here and a messed up eye. But he is not a cyborg. But he did style his suit, his armor, his military garb after Vader's the movie of Vader.
Because you can't say Darth Vader without thinking.
Yeah, it's too iconic now. Like, I do like when he's just wearing like the shoulder overlay piece. I think that looked better as conveying. When they had him like full on Vader suit thing, it's like that's a little over the top. It's like you don't have to do
Yes,
that.
especially with the helmet with no mask. It looked like it was missing things.
It looked like Spaceballs Darth helmet.
It did.
Darth helmet.
Hey Darth.
Party on, Darth. But this is Prince Valorum, and he's their Sith Lord. They had two Sith show up. One was the one that kills Deke, and you don't really say a word. He gets cut in half after he kills Deke by Kane. Then it's like, well, we can't stay here. Let's go to what's the name of that world? It's not an Alderaan is actually the capital for the Empire.
Yes.
And it's a gas planet, so the Alderaan is actually a floating city, kind of like
Bespin.
Bespin.
Yeah, I don't remember what the rebel city was, or the rebel planet. I remember it being something that I was like, oh, wait.
Yeah, what we got here.
Utapau.
This is the intro of the comic. This is where Anakin and Kane and Deke were hiding out from the Empire. The Empire was been hunting down, like, supposedly they told them, like, they killed all the Jedi, blah, blah, blah. And there's still some left out and about. It's kind of like Order 66. It didn't work.
Kind of. It did work. I did like Kane. I wanted more Kane.
Yeah, when it started out, he sounded like a really good character. I want to see, like, when he dropped them off, I want to see side stories. Not basically do nothing and, like, I haven't seen you in years. But you just dropped them off like a week ago. The convenience of passage time, it makes it feel like there's missing issues to this.
I bet you there was. I bet you there was a whole ream of issues that were coming out for this that they had to cut for one reason or another. Because it feels like there's so much more that could be fleshed out.
And plus, Kane is a child abuser. He whips his child.
He does. Do your math homework.
Of course, he does mention he's losing his humanity and his sanity, like where he's mostly machine now. So, I'm not the spark killer that you knew when he smashes the table and rips the shirt off, sleeve off his arm, and it's like all robotic. He's like, I'm just a head and an arm right now. So.
It didn't cause RoboCop to go crazy.
Yeah. Success. But
lady.
this is the intro. Like you got very much. It kind of feels like Star Wars, but vaguely.
Yes, that's how this entire book felt.
It's very odd. It's there is no two only Sith type thing. It's just a group. The Jedi are dying out. They're wanting the Sith are doing fine apparently.
Yeah, but it seemed, if I remember correctly, it seemed more like they were like voted out. Like the people didn't want the Jedi around anymore. So they're like, we don't.
They did
like a popular vote shit.
The Sith wear these masks. I would assume they talk about this gas knocks people out. Well, I assume that the mask is part of your health, like keep them from getting knocked out from those gas they like to use, special gas. Like you notice, like both Jedi and Sith use red sabers. The only ones that don't use red sabers are the stormtroopers.
They get white blades.
Carrie Fisher bikini.
Hey, Leia.
And he cuts this Sith Lord in half, but then Pete didn't make it. It's like they're nonchalant. He cries a little bit here, does the funeral pyre for him, and just leaves. He's still crying here.
Aquila.
Is he crying, or is that just a scar?
I don't know.
The art style.
Like he's crying. It looks like he's crying.
I do like the art.
Yeah, the art's pretty. It's well drawn and well shaped, colored.
The series was written by Jonathan W. Renzer, illustrated by Mike Mayhew, and edited by Randy Stradley. Let's see if we can bring this up. Oh, no. Wrong browser. I'm using Brave to show comics of things.
Well, you don't want to get banned for showing some prawn on stream?
No.
Sounds like fun.
But this is a write-up on the fandom for the series. 8-issue series was launched in 2013. Dark Horse Comics adapts George Lucas' original draft of Star Wars from 1974. And Luke started older and already a Jedi, and the main protagonist is Anakin Skywalker, which is not true. The happy endings for Anakin, but he is not the main character.
I feel like he would have been the main character of the sequel if we had gotten one.
Yes, very much so. They actually set this up. It feels like it was. Of course, this is this draft for the first movie, and they were setting up more.
Yeah, it felt like they were going to gauge interest and be like, okay, we can keep going with this alternate reality. Yeah. Which I don't know why they couldn't have just called it Star Wars Infinities at that point and had it be.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Of course, I'm getting tired of the multiverse stuff too in Marvel, so I won't start. As first, I was thinking it'd be kind of cool to see some of these characters cross over in the other Star Wars universe, but now I'm tired of multiverse stuff.
Star Wars doesn't need multiverse. I do want them to use the world between worlds to erase the Disney stuff. I know it'll never happen, but after that, multiverse ends for Star Wars. No more of this time travel, pulling people from timelines.
Well, Star Trek's actually going to Riker's ship, and apparently going to Discovery is its own timeline. Yeah. Discovery is not part of the main timeline anymore. Especially
no, we gotta purge the STD.
Yeah. What's hilarious is the people in charge of Paramount at the time were idiots. They wrote a contract that allowed Kurtzman to do whatever the hell he wanted without approval. This Starfleet Academy series is based in the Discovery timeline. He started writing that and started shooting it without any approval. He approved it himself and put it in production without even talking to the people that's going to be owning it soon, Skydance.
Yeah. Well, so the downfall of Star Wars predated the downfall of Star Trek. So maybe the resurrection of Star Wars can come after the resurrection of Star Trek. Maybe
Star Trek,
maybe there's
well,
hope on the
technically,
horizon.
Star Trek's been going down for Star Wars.
Well, yes, but at least like the first of the J.J. Abrams Star Trek movies was good. I'm not saying it was a good Star Trek movie, but it was a good movie.
It's definitely not good.
I like. It's my favorite Star Trek movie because it's basically Star Wars.
It definitely
Star Trek,
it's more Star Wars than Star Trek, but
which is why it was good and not bad.
now this is interesting take. These are still Star Destroyers, but they're two-seater fighters. It's weird.
I kind of dig it, man. I like the idea of shrinking them down and making them. I mean, like I said, we already got those with the Jedi Interceptors, so
Yeah, true. We get the Emperor. The Emperor is not in the series except for maybe the first issue. They mention the Emperor. They don't really do anything else with him. He's, like I said, very inspired after Mean the Merciless, from Flash Gordon.
yes. I dig these Stormtrooper designs.
I don't think they're more aggressive looking.
Yes. I don't know if I like them more than the original Stormtrooper or the actual Stormtrooper design is such a classic.
They should be able to see better out of these helmets.
They would, yeah. This kind of gives me a similar vibe to the Old Republic troopers that have like the orange and white armor. It kind of gives me a vibe of that.
This is one of the characters they introduced for the story I like a lot. In this is the Klieg Whitson. He is probably one of the more, more true heroic characters type archetypes.
Yeah.
He's more confident.
They do this a whole lot where they jump between scenes.
Yes.
Without like, there's no transition or like, oh, like a text says Darth Vader's office on this date.
Like, this is General Vader, and one of the governors or something like in the Empire. Everybody's power hungry. That they do stuff for like promotions and money in the Empire.
Mm-hmm.
Which I do like minus the cape. I think it's cool. Like if we incorporate into his military uniform. I think if they drop the cape, it will look better. Unless Darth Vader-ish, like he still had a nice touch of like the armored piece around the neck.
Yeah.
I don't know what this character is. I didn't see them call him anything in the story when I read it.
Me either. He looks like the Goblin King from The Hobbit.
I was wondering, is this supposed to be Yoda? Because
he's green with pointy ears,
and he's old too. He said he witnessed like the wars with the Jedi and all that. He was there, and he talks about sensing things. I don't know what this character is supposed to be.
He's like a Yoda cross with Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah. But if they dropped the cape, that would have been a badass look. More so, I thought, more military-ish.
That should have been his look throughout the movie. He shouldn't have had the armored up Darth Vader full get up. Or they should have at least done something different with the helmet. When the helmet comes up, we'll see.
Yeah.
But I really did not like that. It looked so incomplete.
Here we go. This the Palace of Light on the planet Aquile. Home of King Chaos and Queen Beret, and the target of their Emperor's sinister plans. But apparently this desert planet and this system has a lot of technological. They have cloning technology they want. That's one of the big things they want. They want to conquer the star system to gain access, but they need the royal family for everybody to fall in line to basically.
They've been following the royal family for centuries, and that's the only family they'll listen to.
They'll always rebel unless the royal family says to do what the Empire says. The Senate is basically useless. Like they don't want to start a war and a lot of them are compromised too. They're by the Empire. This guy here is compromised by the Empire. And the what's his name? The in charge of the Death Star, Vader's boss in the first movie.
Oh, Tarkin.
Tarkin is one of the senators.
Mm-hmm.
He is not with the and he's an alien too, I believe, isn't he?
I believe so, which was very ironic because of how xenophobic the Empire is.
Yeah.
And this is the intro for Skywalker, and he looks great. I love this character. It's not Luke Skywalker, but he's cool.
I would like to see this replace the sequel trilogy, get rid of that shit, and just get rid of it. Use what you was talking about, and
this
character like this into the sequel in the replacement sequel trilogy. You don't have to be Luke.
It could have been Luke. This could have been Luke in the third trilogy. Like we have the second trilogy that's like Thrawn, the Thrawn trilogy. That's the sequel trilogy. And the third trilogy is like New Jedi Order, and Luke's looking like he's 60s, and that would have been a good look for him.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it would need to be tweaked to be more Star Wars-y in universe, but it's a good character design regardless.
Oh yeah, it's very swashbuckler general. Like it's got the Flash Gordon vibe to it. The Senate's like, oh, we gotta wait. Even though like generals like we're detecting, we're here and they're going to attack. We can't sit around and wait and what the Senate's going to do. Oh, we'll just wait. I'll give you the command codes later. We get the proper declaration. You're an outsider and you got powers. Well, we can't give you just full control over the military forces. Blah 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 blah. This people being stupid to progress the story. It's like you're the evil empire. You're expecting them to actually follow rules. This part here made no sense to me. This is a secret underground facility under the castle of light.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, blah blah blah. Kane and Anakin just push open the doors like, we're coming in to talk to Luke. How did they get in?
How did they get in? How did they know it was there? Because it seemed like Kane was talking about, like, we're going to go see someone we haven't seen in a long time. Like, it felt very convenient that he knew it was there.
Yeah.
This is another way to describe this entire storyline. Everything in this is very, that's convenient.
Yeah. Kane Star Killer. And they're all buddies, like laughing and blah, blah, blah. And completely omits, like, Luke even talks about, where's your other son? And it's like, Kane just don't even answer him.
Yeah, he's like, another son? Who's that?
Yeah, he takes after his mother. Good to see you. Good sight. But remember another. Ha! It's wonderful to be with another Jedi again. There's so few is left. Never mentioned again. It's like,
Kane's like, he was a burden anyway. Too many mouths to feed.
Yeah. They go into like talk about what's going on. He's been hunting. He is basically all the injuries, and then cybernetics is breaking down. He's dying. He's everything. The Empire hunting him. He requests for Luke to take his son in as his Padawan and train him. It's like, well, why don't you train him? It's like, then he gets mad. And, I'm not the Starship Killer who you knew, and shows he's mostly robot now. But he agrees to take him on as his Padawan. He's like, basically. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And he talks about I'm dying as if like it's gonna be like tomorrow or something.
Yeah.
But we'll see in a second that that's not the case.
Yeah.
The whole dying thing doesn't come back.
They talk about Anakin too being a seasoned warrior. He's a captain and all this and that. It's like
he's in the 5th stage, whatever that means.
Yeah, I've trained him since a child. He's in the 5th stage, and we don't really see confidence from him too much throughout the story. With episode 2, we got the initial Tetler still like, haha, my other son's dead. Ha. Forget about him.
May the force of others be with you.
Yeah, it is. So long, Dad. Yeah, the May the force of others be with you is interesting.
I do like that. I think that might be my favorite part of this is the addition of 2 words in the mantra.
Yeah, he's supposed to be like they talk about like him having no manners and being like not the social abilities too well, like with the Anakin where he's been raised. Nobody really seems to mention it. He'll like go, I'm sorry, but nobody ever says anything to him about it. He eats like a hog. Nobody ever like tells him like you need to have some manners or anything like that.
No.
As excuse me, gotta go, and he bows. It's like you don't really see anything about it. It's like, and it's just weird, like storytelling on concept too. Though it's like, the visuals is great, like the art style, I like it. But like all of a sudden we're going down to the war room. Where's Anakin? He's hitting on a redhead. There's no setup.
About to have his head cut off.
Yeah. For flirting with a girl, he gets his head cut off.
Yeah, the story is very disjointed. It's so compressed that it becomes unmanageable.
Well, they even fight over like this. They pull the lightsabers out. They're striking, and it's a compliment. Oh, you're well trained. So about not discipline, or you wouldn't be around. It's like that. You need to control yourself. It runs in your family. It's like you wouldn't exist if your dad didn't fool around. This is the character I was talking about before. Yeah. The Whitson, I like that. I like his character. They don't really explain how he got there. You saw him in like the bar, like he was like, well, you might be able to catch a freighter. Then they said they called all the freighters. They stopped all freighter traffic. So, so the Empire's right behind me. Luke goes in back and tries to warn him. Like, this is he told Starkiller to go get Leia from the school, and Leia's fighting with him. Like, we're not leaving my stuff. Blah blah blah. I hate you.
And then punch right in the face.
This cracks are a good one.
She'll be all right. It's just domestic violence.
Yeah, apparently it works. She falls in love with him.
Sometimes you gotta do a manual reset. You try turning her off and turning her back on.
You do see some styling from the prequels, like this is not a hover tank. This is actually a farm equipment. Looks like the.
But it's an AAT.
Yeah. Now they do have like hover tanks in the story, which the Empire uses. Which Empire does not seem as grand in this as it is like in the actual movie universe.
Yes, those are like a knockoff ARC 170 clone trooper starfighter.
What makes me feel like this is the early days of the Empire, like when it first started or that type of thing. That's really what the sequel trilogy should have been. Like the not really sequel. It should have been like stories in between, kind of like what Rebels was starting to do, but fleshed out more. Like the build of the Empire. The Empire is not just going to suddenly have oh, I'm now that the Republic's got an empire now. I'm evil.
Yeah. So the Bad Batch series, they were doing a lot of that. Like they had like transition armors for like from clone trooper to stormtrooper, and that was one of the cool things about that show was it did show up that. Now it completely betrayed a lot of characters that were very beloved. Republic Commando Scorch became none of his other commando buddies were there, and he was a villain and completely out of character, and it was depressing.
Their Starbase thing, it looks very much like the Star Destroyer, but it's got planetary weaponry, but it doesn't blow up planets. But it's got purple guns, but it's very vulnerable to like regular ship fire.
Yeah, it's more of like a fortress than.
Yeah, it's basically a round version of like the classic Star Destroyer. It's a Borg spear. But I guess the squadron was actually inflicting a lot of damage to the ship, to the fortress.
Halo.
I would assume it's much smaller than that Star Destroyer in the movies, too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I found myself enjoying some of the ads as much as I was enjoying the comic book. Seeing like the old ads is one of the best parts of doing these comic book reviews.
You have to admit that.
Like popping in that old Toy Story VHS and hearing all those, like, oh yeah, that's what my childhood sounded like.
Now, the people who wrote this, I don't know if it's part of the screenplay or what, doesn't know what happens to you in a vacuum of space.
There is no vacuum in space.
Well, in Star Wars, even in the movies, apparently there's no vacuum in space.
No, there's gravity in space.
They have like campfires in space, and they have like gravity bombs in space.
Right.
Okay.
Well, it's the same reason that when you get a whole bunch of ships coming in, they're all facing the same direction.
Yeah, it's affordable. It's how they know to meet here.
It's treated more like multi levels of water than it is space.
Yeah. Well, even in water though, you kind of buoyancy of water. So, but
yeah.
With space, you don't have that. It'd be like one ship this way, one ship, one over here. Yeah, it's very odd.
But hey, horses can ride it in space, so that's the important thing. That's the most important takeaway from Star Wars.
Yeah, the C-3PO and R2 are very different characters. They're actually Empire droids, but they become very loyal to the hero cast very quickly when they introduce.
Yes,
they're
like,
old friend.
Loyalties swap very quickly.
Yes. R2 is very small. He's almost like BB-8 size. And he talks. You don't beep. You see, he's got dialogue. The external bombardment appears to be concentrated in this area. The structures of it treated through normal surface, blah, blah, blah. And R2, C-3PO is a coward, and he makes him like take an escape pod to go down the planet. They're bombarding the planet. It's like, oh, it's going to take a short time to win this war, and then everything happens within 3 hours time period when it starts bombarding. And the passage of time is not really felt in this way this thing is written.
No.
And
that C-3PO or R2 talking about the when he says talks about like the structural integrity and all that stuff, felt like, have you seen that clip of Mark Hamill talking about George Lucas's original dialogue and how it was basically awful?
Hello.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
You want to talk about this horrible Star Wars comic?
No, we're going to swap over to Blood and Thunder now.
Okay.
I'll see y'all later.
Are you familiar with this, Matt?
I read the first few issues, like 3 issues maybe, back when it first came out, which was what, 2012, I think?
Yeah.
2012, 2013, something like that.
Yeah.
I read it when it first popped because I had heard my entire life. I've heard the story of like the original version of Star Wars as written by George Lucas and how different it was and all that stuff. So when the comic came out, I got very interested in it. I don't know why I stopped reading it though, because it was good. I liked it.
I
but
know
don't
why.
remember why.
I do like this version of Luke Skywalker, though. We're more grizzled general.
Yeah.
And like I mentioned before, like what we were talking about, it's like when I read his dialogue, I hear Ewan McGregor's voice because he's very much like General Kenobi during like the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
And especially with like him and Anakin. Anakin's his Padawan, and so Hayden Christensen is what I hear for the Anakin.
So far, the general consensus is it's fun, but thank God someone slapped George Lucas with the truth before this came out.
Yes.
It's like a what if story for Star Wars, and it's cool.
I enjoyed it, but it's also good and bad at the same time. The pacing, like we were talking about, it seems like there's chunks of the story missing. There's gaps. It jumps forward, and there's a time jump, or what's going on?
Yeah, they don't explain movement. Like there's no notification that we're going to this location now. It's just the next panel's in a completely different spot, different time.
And all of a sudden, he's wearing his Vader helmet.
Yes, but no mask, just the helmet, and it looks ridiculous. It looks good from the back. I like the back shot. Wait,
you like the back shots?
Wait.
C-3PO looks like that female robot from back in the day.
From Metropolis.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
They hate each other, and they're always bickering, fighting. In the story.
C-3PO literally throws R2, and it's great.
Yeah, he chucks them like some kind of competition throwing little people. It's like, you go your own way. I heard. Apparently they have pain sensors too. But it's weird to see them talk with each other and go. He runs into. Luckily, R2 runs into Anakin.
I don't remember owning a droid.
Who's your friend?
Anakin has a thing for Leia, so you know.
Yeah, well, when I was doing research for this too, before I start reading, like they go, "Oh, Leia, she's a seasoned like a diplomat." It's like, no, not in this story. Unlike in the movies, like
she's about as seasoned of a diplomat as Anakin is seasoned a fighter.
Yeah, they talk about he's like a seasoned, like been several combat missions and blah blah blah. He's a skilled fighter. He don't come off that whatsoever throughout the story.
The most confident he was when he punched Leia in the face, knocked her unconscious. That was.
It made her fall in love with him.
It works just like that in real life.
They trying to say if you want a woman to fall in love with them, you just slap them around, or?
I think.
Yeah, manual reset.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's all like convenience things. Where now we found C-3PO. We're going the same way. Nice to meet you. Blah blah blah. You know they were working for the Empire. Just a little while ago, they were panicked, and the C-3PO made them take the escape pod because he was a coward. They were blaming on being trapped on the planets like then. Leia leads them to like the secret entrance to the base, and nobody has powers. There is no like force powers in this version. There's no telekinesis type abilities. The king is dead. He got killed in one of the aerial bombardments. The queen is in charge, and the Senate forced her to like make a peace deal with the Empire, which the Empire like betrayed it immediately and killed like the fighters and start killing people, rounding them up. But they want the full royal guard, but the way it is like a real royal family. The queen is not really in charge. Their eldest child is, which is Leia. She is now the queen of the empire, which they already got her dressed up as the queen. So like the top went from here to here. Later in the throne room, the hidden fortress, Queen Brina holds an audience important. Blah, blah, blah. This is Queen. And the Senate has been corrupted. So, it's not good flow of story. Like, not really good like explanation. Like, with a Leia's going to be the new ruler of the planet. No, she's it's interesting. With it, hover tanks very much was like just tanks with no treads on flying saucers. They had no qualms about slicing people in half.
It's their favorite move.
Yes. This was like the senator that betrayed them, and well, I'm tired. You had it now, Skywalker. It's like, really? Tell that to your ass.
You can now kiss your own ass.
The Empire is like they're definitely combing the desert.
They are.
As the Emperor, they told the Emperor, we ain't found the shit. You meant the Emperor's name actually is the shit. It is Kos the Sheet, which is spelled Dashit.
I do like to think of the chocobos and the staffs to ride into battle on.
Yeah, not quite sure how useful that is. And all these guys here get guns. I'm gonna give me a laser sword and riding this weird turkey creature, ostrich. Vader's having some kind of mental breakdown, like blah blah blah. Elsewhere, looking at the screen, this is their Sith Lord, the Prince Valorum. Your exports are legendary. I have long waited to meet the Knight of the Sith. It's weird that dialogue coming from Vader. I know it's the original thing, but is Vader not being a Sith Lord is just weird.
It is, especially him being Darth Vader. Like,
it feels Darths don't have anything to do with Sith. Darth is just his name. It's like Darth Vader's. Pleasantries, blah blah blah. I will hunt them down. I was sitting here down. It's like, you really believe he's a Jedi? I wouldn't be here if he wasn't. Shit. It makes it sound like he's going to do something major to catch them. I'm going to
like they're mortal enemies and they're going to fight each other and to the death and not, be buddies.
They're running out of fuel. They go to the fuel station. You can see like the Empire is being very brutal to the locals. Which these people look like they've been there for a while on decaying, and it's like makes it think how much time is passing on this thing, because it reads like this is just going on, but apparently it's enough time for these people to rot.
Yes, because it also makes it seem like their trek across the desert took a long time.
Yeah,
because that's what the mother says.
When you read it, it's like this is all taking place in like a day or so.
But like even the mother says, "Oh, the journey's gonna be long and hard," and I'm not long and hard. And I'm too old to make this journey, so you have to go without me. And then you roll the next page, and it's like, oh, they're already there. This wasn't difficult.
Yeah. Oh, poor kid. There's a fueling station, and apparently somehow nothing around. But all of a sudden, there's tons of stormtroopers with ostriches. Like, how fast are those ostrich creatures?
That must be fast. And these stormtroopers have like a little bit different armor. These have like a little bit more traditional stormtrooper armor.
Yeah, I do like the visor on these. They're very much. There's a story before it was like more like tactical looking armor. Now it's more like stormtrooper armor. They make quick work of them, fight through them. It's like anything. Like the biggest thing I've seen about the Jedi, they're just really good, skilled fighters. There's no powers about them. And everybody else seems to be incompetent.
Yes. Jet stickers.
Yeah,
Jet
they call
stickers.
them. They don't call them like sky speeders or something. Jet stickers.
Jet sticker was my nickname in high school, so
Well, that's a good coincidence.
it is.
Yeah, they start blowing stuff up, and they said that
Michael,
this whole time they was able to get enough fuel in this fight to make their trip, even though we didn't see them grab any fuel cells. No dialogue to grab fuel cells. And he also set up the fuel station to self-destruct.
Michael Bay directed this issue.
Explosion! The Anakin, I don't know his character design. He just looks like a doof.
He does. He was very ahead of his time with the man bun and looking like basically a bum.
Very true. Well, I guess 2013 is kind of when the man buns kind of started showing up, wasn't it? Yeah, the weird ostrich creatures. I just can't take those serious. Yeah, they got this. The twin. They made the twin boys very annoying. They start singing and being goofy like little kids. They're all just happy-go-lucky. She's like,
Yeah, we aren't in the middle of a war and being chased by the Empire and just watched a gas station explode.
and people cut in half and then impaled in the corpses.
To be fair, that could have been 6 months ago. We don't know.
Yeah, it's true. Just the passage of time does not convey an issue. Story. Now they run into more stormtroopers on chickens. They tell them like blah blah blah. Don't make sense too. They let them go. They lie to them. The stormtroopers believe them, and you go on. Then all of a sudden they turn around and the stormtroopers chase them again. It's like, did they realize? Wait a minute. Those were the people we were looking for.
Yep, because he doesn't have the force powers to. He's just an idiot that took him a second to figure it out.
And apparently these chicken creatures are faster than land speeders. Listen, they're faster. Get your weapon.
So why did they even invent speeders at this point?
Yeah, Phil, you can just get these like weird space ostriches that are faster than land speeders. Why don't you just ride those all the time?
Lying traitor. Wait, I don't think they can be lying traitors because they were never loyal. So
Yeah, I don't get that. It's like they call them lying traitors when like they do dialogue like that. Call them traitors, even though we're never
They're
part of the Empire.
opposing forces.
Like, are we missing something?
Lots of somethings.
Uh,
Bigger than a Jabba.
Well, let's go ahead and skip on to the main end of the story because we can talk about after that. We'll just discuss the story. At the end of the story, we get the Empire. They're on the Sith is there. Anakin is snuck onto the Leia got. They went to the planet. They had Wookiees. The Wookiees didn't speak English. Oh, we need to go back to Han, though.
Yeah, we haven't seen Han yet.
This is Han Solo, this big green dude. And he can talk to the Wookiees. These are the Wookiees. The bounty hunters, like we see before, they were like poachers and stuff like that, and they ended up capturing Leia, and they took Leia to the Empire, and the Empire took her back to the base, back to the home planet. They're in transit there they're going to brainwash her with doctors or something other. I guess they don't really explain that too well. Yeah, this big green dude that looks like Swamp Thing in a leather vest, that is Han Solo.
Why is Han Solo talking to Zeb?
That is Chewbacca.
That's Zeb, sir.
Zeb is Chewbacca. They are one and the same.
Remember, this came out before Rebels.
It did.
It did? When did Rebels start? 14?
I have no idea.
Something like that. Doesn't matter.
But this is the real. Zeb was designed after the original concept.
Yeah, he was based off of the original design for Wookiees.
Yeah. But have we ever had any character that looks like the original design for Han Solo in any medium?
Not that I recognize.
No. He's got a little bit of the what is it? Is it Quilayan? The like Nian Tieb, I think is his name.
Nian Num?
Nian Nub? Is that it?
Num. N-U-M-B.
Yeah.
Nian Num.
He's kind of got that going on with like the face flaps.
The lip, yeah, the upper lip kind of coming over. Yeah.
Now they escaped the trap set up from the Sith Lord. They got but their ship's breaking up through an asteroid belt, and they got to eject into the planet with the Wookiees. The droids are super loyal to them now, even though they were Empire droids at the start of the story. They call them old friends to each other.
Well, keep in mind, they could have been with them for years at this point.
Yeah, it's hard to tell with.
I did not like the putting the kids into the stasis pods and like carrying them on their back. That seemed a little unnecessary. So, like at that point, they could have just carried them on their back.
Pretty much. Too much.
Saved a whole bunch of weight.
Yep. They're on this unknown planet where it's got a lot of creatures, like the what do they call the uncharted territories. The giant spiders, creatures. This planet is the home planet of the Wookiees. Maybe they put the children in stasis so they wouldn't age or something. I don't know. They don't really explain why they needed to put the children in stasis too well. The Kane Starkiller kills himself to put them in stasis. One of them in stasis.
Yeah.
He sacrifices his power source. They only had enough one power supply to power one of the stasis pods, and they couldn't take the kids with them unless they were in stasis. So they talk about he's a noble sacrifice when you're like in the storyline for the comic, but no, it's just I will uselessly just kill myself and give you my battery that's my life support alive, and he dies immediately. Rather than just carry. I thought they were going to talk about going out blaze of glory type thing. It's like no, you don't.
Yeah,
you're terrible. Leia was taken captive. These look like you got a Boba Fett look, and these are all like the bounty hunter looks we've all established. These are Wookiees strung up. I thought they were dead, but they're not dead. It's like, why would you string them up like this if you didn't kill them? All
right, gentlemen, I got to cut out.
You gotta go.
All right.
No, I got to go to work. I just woke up. I have to go work a double.
Oh.
I worked this morning, came home, got out at 2, came home, ate, went to sleep because somebody called in tonight. So I got to go back at 10 o'clock here in about less than an hour and work until 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Yikes.
Yeah. So,
I'm sorry.
anyway. Yeah. So I just woke up and I was like, oh, they're live. So I thought I'd hop in. So anyway.
Yeah.
Hasta luego, guys.
Good luck.
Have a good one. Yeah, this looks like Bosk, and the other one you got like the Mandalorian. You got these are all looks like they're recycling the looks for the bounty hunters for these.
Yep. It was cool to see alternate takes on these characters, even if they were basically throwaways.
Anakin was about to get killed, and Chewbacca saves him.
So does that mean Anakin owes Chewbacca a life debt?
But also, is it even though? Because remember, they were strung up upside down. He was going to be killed. So, who knows? And I don't understand why the Wookiees make him a god.
I don't.
So he doesn't have powers. He don't do anything special.
But he saved them, and then got knocked out. So clearly,
I totally thought
deity.
I was going to be a traitor.
That's what it felt like. I was like, oh, he's definitely turning them into the Empire first chance he gets.
And it felt like he was the Lando role, like he betrayed him for the Empire. Because in here, and they're like, "Welcome, blah blah blah." We tell them about the Wookiees. There's been an issue with them, and they go try to save Anakin and Leia. Then they run into them. The ritual combat. Anakin bests their champion, and then their elder comes in, stops it, and they celebrate for some reason. This is what makes me think it was like, made me think he was a traitor. It's like nobody knew they were there, but all of a sudden, the Empire busts down the door and take them captive.
Amber, no! Careful, Amber
Yeah,
might poop on your bed.
He named this creature Amber and gets cut in half. But yeah, it makes no sense. They use their tactical knowledge and help the Wookiees take on the Empire better and actually win against them to get inside the base. So that's where they're holding Leia, supposedly. And talk about not really conveying the message of the time. When they get inside, they find out, oh, Leia was sent off 10 hours ago on another ship. They do not convey time passage very well to the story whatsoever. General Skywalker's big plan was to teach these savage Wookiees how to fly all these fighters.
Yes, I did not. That seemed, again, very convenient that they were able to learn that fast and be good fighters.
Sticks and stone weaponry I can teach you to fly these very advanced starcraft very proficiently.
To the point that you can beat seasoned Empire fighters regularly. Okay. And
Vader just being a dick. He's a very much mustache twirler type villain.
He is.
Excuse me. Don't know why they got such a tiny little girl in such an elaborate restraints. Seems like some handcuffs would have been fine.
Like a laser door.
Yeah. But he says this, we're waiting on the doctors to arrive. Apparently the doctors were going to brainwash her. They don't really get into it very detailed. But he says to start electrocuting her, for some reason. Very manic looking laugh.
Yeah, Vader's losing it. He's losing grip of reality.
They rescue the twins and everybody's fine except for Leia's a prisoner back on outside her home planet on base.
Yeah. On the not so Death Star.
And it's got something to do with ElfQuest.
The Star Killer god is attacking a moon to rescue a princess. So why is C-3PO calling him a god too?
I think he's just relaying what he said. Translating all this is apparently all this. Why is they never established why the Wookiees considered him a god. Now Skywalker was like, "Oh man, what did he do?" When they told him like the Wookiees consider him a god. It's like they don't have powers. If they had like force powers, I can understand. They're not really doing anything, which that is worked in a little bit with Return of the Jedi with the Ewoks.
Yeah.
Where it makes C-3PO think he's a god.
Krakatoa. And then Chewbacca, of course, learns how to fly in no time.
Oh yeah. What's annoying the fact that once we realize well, Han can translate to him. They have Han talking in like the Wookiee speak in the text, like over here. And Wookiee speak now. Let's see if we can get in the orbit. But in the next issue, they do quotes like it's being translated for you in English. Why didn't they do that immediately? We have no idea what they're saying.
Well, to be fair, the writers probably didn't know what he was saying either. They were like, "Oh, we could just get away with nonsense."
True.
There's no time to be sick, Solo.
So they had enough time passed to train multiple Wookiees how to fly these advanced fighters to take on the Empire. Then travel to that. So it said passage of time in this comic is just horrible. And the R2 seems to get smaller and smaller every time they draw.
That's his superpower. He can shrink.
It's got the mass shift like Transformer.
Yeah. I dig the black flight suit. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, he took one of their flight suits, sneaked on board. He gave them like a lame excuse to get on through the ship to go try to save Leia. The Wookiees, being primitive creatures, they painted like tribal patterns and cave paintings onto the fighters. Yeah,
look how that Wookiee is laying on that.
He's like, ooh.
Yeah, he's kind of fruity. He's
got that Wookiee has OnlyFans.
He does.
The thing that this is how stupid this is too. Like, we have Empire ships. We have elements of pride. They think we're the same people. Let's not put markings to make our ships look different on them. Of course, maybe that helps Wookiees know not to shoot each other. I don't know.
Let's not look fruity while we paint it too.
Anakin's on the base. He's going through. He's switched from the black suit. He's trying to put on the white armor. Well, these helmets fit. Luke is right. I have a big head. So it's kind of pointless him having the armor on if you can't put a helmet on.
Yeah, the stealth goes out the window immediately.
Yeah. See, the artwork is great on this. Just the pacing and the time. It's just all over the place. The character of Prince Valorum don't make sense. He goes from like being bad guy, and all of a sudden he does a
complete 180.
180, and he goes babyface. And Anakin just swashbuckling away against the troopers. Then he's like, "Well, how can you fight in this? Like, well, you did pretty damn good in the armor." Then all of a sudden he takes the armor off. I can't move in it, but you killed everybody while in the armor. Like, what's wrong with armor then? Now he's easy to see. He's wearing his favorite clothes somehow.
Jigath.
As you wish, Darth. you may be useful. So take your the Jedi Special Integration section and use their skills to find out what his plans are. Like we have them trapped. Use the gas. Well, you see, Lauren, the Jaeger gas at last. They made a point of using this gas for several issues. So the Sith Lords are apparently immune to this gas. I would assume it's because of the mask they wear. I don't know.
Yeah.
They don't really explain it because you don't see me different than anybody else. Like why they would be different, why the gas would affect them other than the mask. Now we got the Wookiees and General Skywalker and Han Solo.
So they shrunk Star Destroyers to 2-man fighters, and then they took Y-wings and turned them into freighters, like freighter size multi-crew.
It looks like it. That it does. And we got Greedo as a good guy, apparently. He's for the rebels.
Yeah,
all this stuff's been going on in the background. They have this rebels like.
Oh, is that the mod from Book of Boba Fett?
Do what?
Is that the mod gang from Book of Boba Fett?
I don't see Vespas. Not.
Oh, they're not as cool as the mod gang.
Oh, then we have Zeke, Prince Worm's like, huh, you. He's interrogating the Anakin. It's like blah blah blah. No code, no honor, blah blah. He does basically a 180 turn. It's like it's like, well, I'm not going to be part of this. This is wrong. No setup whatsoever that he's like being against this whatsoever. Now and all of a sudden, I don't want to be fighting for the Empire. He frees Anakin. They go into
I don't like it. Goes against my code.
Yeah.
No honor.
They got the ships coming in. The starships approaching. Full battle alert. He cuts Anakin's restraints. Then like it starts killing. It throws a lightsaber and they start killing the Empire, like soldiers and stuff. And going to escape. He's like, we gotta leave. Not without Leia. I love her. And I skipped over the whole dialogue, like the weird thing, like Leia professed her love to Anakin. Anakin's like, what? I don't know. I don't love you. Then over, he's telling somebody else, I love her. I love Leia.
She's bae. She is my bae.
It's the whole romance thing was just feels so forced. The force of others were with him.
Yeah, more like she forced himself on him, and
you're man. It's like love is. That's why we have differences. Thousands of years ago. Apparently, that's the difference between Sith and Jedi.
Even though Luke made it seem like the Jedi don't do the love thing either, so at that point, what's the difference?
Yeah, the Stormtroopers don't realize he's turned against them, so he uses that advantage. It's like, kill them, then he kills the troopers. There's Leia, and like, Anakin, about time. Come in here and ravage me. That's what that looks like.
She says, you're a little short for a stormtrooper.
Come on, we're under attack. We've got a new ally. The bad guy who was trying to kill us earlier is now are on our team.
Of course, it was Anakin's idea to jump down the garbage chute this time.
Yep. That chute doesn't garbage chute. They don't. And apparently, their lightsabers are not strong enough to cut through metal because they can't get out. So they start to get compacted into the trash chute. They can't do anything about it. They're going, oh, we're going to die in here. This is not how I pictured my death. The Sith Lord. Then one of the Wookiees is like a last-ditch effort, like kamikazes into like the tower that shuts the power down. They're able to escape. The senator is just like crazy. Vader's actually being reasonable. It's like he's like, we need to escape. This place is going to blow any minute. And it blows. And apparently, they all die.
Rest in peace, Darth Vader. It was a short life. I think. I don't know. It could have been a really long life.
It's
No
hard.
one knows.
And apparently, Anakin is not Anakin. The Luke is. He looks like he's in his 60s, but I think it's one of the things they do. They can their age, they lower lifespans.
Yeah. Well, it said in the Zero issue that he was in his 60s. So.
I said it looked like he's in his 60s, but they said it's much older.
Oh yeah. He's probably like 75 or 80 at this point.
Yeah, the base rolls up and how romantic. And it's very accelerated. It's like as soon as this blows up, we're down here. They're already buried, and
but Chewbacca gets his medal in this one.
very true. They actually give Chewbacca. Swamp Thing's got his medal, and Greedo does too. Everybody's got medals, even the droids. Anakin Starkiller, the new Lord Protector of Aquila. Hooray! Long live Aquila!
Yay!
Freedom! Then scroll. They talk about our hero's greatest adventure is yet to take place in what could be known as the saga of Upunchi.
Upuki. Upuki.
That was it. It's different.
Very different. Very different. Like I said, fun. I'm glad I read it.
Oh yeah.
I'm also really glad this isn't how it ended up.
I was using ChatGPT to help with like notes.
Did you ask it how you feel about these Star Wars? You should ask it how you are supposed to feel about it, so you can decide. You should click on that YouTube link I just put in the private chat earlier.
Well, I was going to go through some of the stuff with the differences of the characters. The main character selected for the story is it says Anakin's the main hero, which the story does not read that way. Pure warrior, not a farm boy, inspired by Anakin. Luke Skywalker, elder Jedi, spirited mentor figure, similar to Obi-Wan. That I would say that's true of that one, but he's more or less the main character.
Yes.
Leia, royal diplomat, not true. She is
a not-nosed brat kid.
Very much so. She's pretty much like Princess Amidala at the beginning of episode 1, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
More of that, like she was forced upon royalty after her father gets killed. So it's, I don't know where they get the royal diplomat. Han Solo, alien ally, green skin, no smuggler background. He's just a rebel character, like an old ally to General Skywalker. King Starkiller, wasted character, had potential. It started out good, like we killed that Sith Lord easily in the beginning after he killed his son.
Yes.
But selfless, useless sacrifice. The same way with like one of my favorite characters, like the Whitson. He kills himself to save Leia, which then off panel she gets captured and took back the Empire. That's like almost pointless. He was like one of the better developed characters from the story, I thought.
Yeah.
He had more personality than Starkiller, or the Anakin Starkiller. Darth Vader, Enforcer, not Sith Lord. He's a general in the Empire.
He basically just becomes a throwaway character. He is in this. He's more of what Tarkin was in.
Yeah, he is very much the Tarkin character.
I liked Prince Valorum.
Yeah. Prince Valorum. Like we were talking about, there's so much in the story that seemed like there's missing. That should have been more into his turn, more inner thought process of him. Like, this goes against my honor code type thing. That it was
Yeah.
just all of a sudden it needed and we needed some more like backstory, like dealing with the Empire. Like this is wrong. You shouldn't be killing these people. The Sith is not apparently as bad as in the movies make them out to be.
Yeah. There was no apparent inner conflict. It was just
Needed the inner conflict, like them to turn on the Empire. The Emperor you barely see. You saw him in the first issue. He's addressing them, talk about him.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a politician, dictator type character, much like a Adolf Hitler type character.
Well, he showed up in the first round of these more than Palpatine showed up in the first Star Wars movies. So
true. He is. This was inspired by Flash Gordon, like serial stuff too. That's why they kind of Emperor's design was like mean, and you got like some Flash Gordon into Skywalker. C-3PO with the Metropolis droid, and then R2-D2 is.
I do like that difference for C-3PO. He's more flamboyant
and robotic in that. Oh, they're both robotic. I think he's actually sleeker design than.
Yeah, I was gonna say this was more 50s
like
Art Deco.
He's like a more advanced droid than the movie one. It seems more like a clanker on the movies. The Wookiees are just Wookiee allies in the rebellion, which they become allies in the rebellion after they get saved, and somehow, for some reason, make Anakin their god.
Yeah, they very quickly go from independent to, oh, we'll die for you.
Yeah,
willingly, happily.
They don't really explain why they think he's a god, especially when there's no force powers in this version of Star Wars. Clegg Whitson, I like him. It's a shame they killed him from. I think he was created for this comic and wasn't part of the original draft. Not positive. Vader is a Imperial General antagonist, which wears armor and mask, but not. You don't really wear a mask. There's a statue. Quick notes.
Wears armor and helmet.
Yeah. Prince Vorum, Sith Knight under the Empire, high-ranking warrior tasked with forcing rule. Wears black armor, hate with lightsaber. Hints at internal conflict. Hints at internal conflict. No, they did not hint at internal conflict until the very end. It's like, oh, I'm going to be a good guy now.
Yeah. No, I do agree. He felt very Count Dooku-esque in that, it was more honor and
yeah,
like he didn't really buy into all the Sith crap. He just wanted to save his people. That's what Count Dooku was about.
Dooku is like I think I would like to see Dooku survive and like become like a ally, because once he feels like the Emperor used him, he would have turned off.
He would have. Well, yeah, there's a really good Count Dooku book where it goes into like his political ideations and stuff. He's not a Sith idealist. He's not an acolyte of the Sith ways in any way. He just wanted the most power that he could get to save his people, and he felt like the Jedi were very slow-moving and unwilling to help when things needed to be helped.
No, that seems very
accurate.
Very accurate what they showed, like in the prequels.
Yeah,
they had to have a council to make decide if they want to wipe with the left hand or right hand.
Yep. There's another book with Obi-Wan and Qui-Gon, like early days, and Obi-Wan was very convinced that Qui-Gon was going to quit and join Dooku. I was always like, that would have been an interesting what if. What if he did go join Dooku, because Dooku was Qui-Gon's master.
Yeah.
And that would have been an interesting if Qui-Gon hadn't been there to find Anakin in the first place.
Kane Starkiller, like some wasted character. Great introduction or exit. I like seeing more of his character. Han Solo, I like to got a little more a little background on him because I thought it's not Han Solo we know, but I kind of I dig the character there.
Yeah, it was very. A lot of these characters were very one-dimensional.
Yeah.
Han Solo especially, we didn't really see much personality from him.
Very much so. That's why I think that's why I like the Whitson more, because he got more fleshed out than other sporty characters. R2, the D2 and C3PO, they actually say when they introduce it, like in the text, so they see like SEE 3PO spell out the words. It's like, that's weird. Princess Leia,
Aquile?
Named after their home planet, I guess. They named their planet after the royal family. Interesting. Yeah, let's go with this. Just still don't understand why they call Anakin the main character. And the next chapter, yes, I can see that being a fact.
I have a hard time picking a main character. None of them really got a ton. Yeah. The conflict seemed more like the main character than.
Yeah, I agree.
Like any individual person.
Very much so. I just weird. It's like some of the stuff that's going on. Everybody's got blue eyes too, you know?
They do. All the blue that's not in their lightsabers got put into their eyes. This feels like a show that could have also been like a limited series, like a TV show or an animated show.
Perfect for those what if, like Star Wars things they're doing right now.
Yeah,
this would be a great candidate for that.
They could do like a 2-season, flesh it out, actually fill in some of these gaps.
The overall, like the issue circular, like a master article of serious eminent to bring the sun, in Star Wars, the desert world, Aquila, which Aquila, when you say that, it makes it. Why is it not a water world?
Right. It's hopeful naming. It's hopeful.
The aging general Luke Skywalker, a training one for King Line, available across blah blah blah. Issue 2, training intensifies. Say the training intensifies. There is no training.
No, all we see him is almost try and cut off Anakin's head for flirting with the girl. Which, I mean, like, fair enough.
You got good training. So like, then there's no training whatsoever. Then when
that happened in the months in between that and seeing Kane again.
Yeah, because when he sees Kane, he brags about how much his son has progressed. It's like, oh, you're lying to me. You didn't make me feel good. It's like, no, he's really doing good. Where? We haven't seen any training whatsoever.
No training montage.
No. The pacing really needed work. The middle issue, Anakin participates in skirmishes, rescuing slaves, joining the battle in the Dune birds, facing off in the asteroid belt, gathering a motley crew of rebels, Emperor Space Fortress, Proto Death Star, equivalent to Littleton Central Threat. Galactic Dossier brings the Anakin in direct conflict with Darth Vader, Prince Valorum. He leads the assault to the Empire Fortress. Leads assault. He's the only one there. He's not leading the assault.
Well, I mean, he is leading it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I thought Prince Valorum seemed more like he was leading the assault than.
Yeah, once he freed Anakin, he was
in charge.
Yeah. Emotional culmination, the characters, Anakin. It's interesting.
Yeah, I'm really, really, really glad that George Lucas surrounded himself with people who could tell a story.
Yeah, artwork I will say the artwork was very nice.
Yes, it had a kind of similar vibe to like Kingdom Come and like that level of high quality art.
It was very. The artist was inspired by Alex Ross.
Yeah,
it's very like they try to do like realistic artwork, like characters like more. I think it's what's more. The action scenes were great. I think nice. They weren't over the top. The just artwork wise, and overall, I like the artwork. The design is just the story is. You can read it very quickly. I read everything.
Yes. Yeah, in like an hour and a half, you could have the whole thing read. I think 90% of our issues with this storyline, if they had made this like 50 or 60 issues and like actually flesh it out, I think a lot of the issues would be resolved. It's still
even if they would just say 24 issues, it's like 2 years worth of book. I think that would have been enough.
Yeah,
if you did full 24 issues. You gave 2 years of story to it, fleshed everything out because everything felt so accelerated. Like the entire rebel plan to attack the Empire to get them off the planet. It's like that came out of nowhere. It was like, when did you communicate all this stuff?
It was in the issue that you missed. That was issue 2.5, 3.5, 4.5.
Part of it was in the dialogue when he meets up with Kane and stuff like that. Just like things starts putting, but there's not enough dialogue to like say we've set up all this big elaborate plan to fight the Empire. And it's like just things in passing are said, and like apparently that puts everything in motion. It's not fleshed out. And I don't get all this stuff. Like, all this stuff's like, oh, we're following the series, Anakin's journey into galactic conflict.
Where did we get that? I would have liked that.
Yeah, this is so. I don't know, reading stuff. They're pulling stuff off the internet. It's like, sounds better than what we read.
Right, I was gonna say this sounds like a good, interesting storyline. I want to read this one.
Yeah.
No justice for my boy Deke. He just gets cut down on that very first page, and we never see him again.
Yeah.
Not the first page, but like that first issue.
Yeah, he's very. We established him. Oh, I've done better than my brother in all of my tests. He's going to be a better Jedi than his brother. Then, he gets split and his chest split open, and then he's done.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
Oh, it was a little bit difficult. I remember there was one line that I just begged him to take out. And yes, boy, I'll never forget it as long as I live. I sometimes dream about this line. And Harrison says, look, kid, I've done my part of the bargain. When I get to an asteroid, you, the old man, and the droids get dropped off. And my line was, but we can't turn back. Fear is their greatest defense. I doubt if the actual security there is any greater than it was on Acolyte itself. And what there is most likely to hold a large scale assault. And I thought, you talk like this, George? The dialogue was a little bit difficult. There was one line that I
don't know if you caught that, but he did say Acolyte. But that I think it was that second issue when we first see R2, he's talking about, the defenses are fine, there's no danger, all this and that, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yes, you can tell George Lucas wrote this dialogue because it very much reminded me of that line from that clip. I was like, yep, it tracks.
I think this was a fun read. This is something different. Never read before.
This had the opposite issue that Blood and Thunder had. Blood and Thunder was relatively not great art with a pretty interesting story. This was really great art with a questionable story at best.
Yeah. Got a few issues that in Blood and Thunder had good art, but the rest of a good chunk of it's like,
ugh. This is what we were reading?
Yeah. Memory like from 30 years ago when I read it originally, it's like, I don't remember.
Yes, it's the same. Like, yeah, you go back and watch a cartoon that you watch as a kid, and you know, in your head it plays back, and it's like 4K, ultra crisp, everything looks great. Then you go back and like, wait, these characters aren't even moving.
Just moving off screen. Well, you know, let's slow things out of hyperspace. Well, I had fun with this one. It was enjoyable.
It was fun. That's all I can say. It was fun.
Yeah, I was saying great. It was fun. I was thinking about the next one I was thinking about the maybe like Hulk Future Perfect. It's two like trade book. It's like only 2 issues, but they're long issues.
Okay.
2 late greats too. You got Peter David did the writing, and crap, my brain blanked out. George Perez did the artwork.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I was gonna say we let Justin pick because he was supposed to be here, but he flaked, so he doesn't get a pick.
Well, if he shows up next time, we can let him pick next time. I think Future Perfect would be a good one. It's one of the things that one of the endearing books is I like. They kept a lot of that stuff in the Hulk's lore. The introduction to Maestro.
Maestro. Let's see. All right. It looks pretty. I like the art just from the first issue I'm looking at.
Yeah, it's George Perez. His artwork is just phenomenal. And you got one of the best comic book writers ever is Peter David.
We should do Teen Titans. Speaking of George Perez, at some point.
He actually did the initial run of the Ultra Force books.
Okay.
Which we won't delve in there for a while. Seems like the more main stuff for a little bit. This is kind of main stuff, but also obscure as well.
Yeah. We got to pick a good story.
Well, I think Future
like
Perfect
good story and good art. We can't keep jumping back and forth.
I think it's why I think Future Perfect would be good. It's got both. You got beautiful artwork, great storyline.
Sweet. I'm down.
And we'll try to get some more people on the panel next time. Maybe we'll get my comic book friend Kevin Sharp come in because he's a huge Hulk fan.
I'm gonna smack my buddy around for canceling last minute. He did text back like, "Oh, I'm gonna have to skip tonight."
Alrighty, guys. Thank you for Super Life. This was fun. And
yeah, this one went better than last time.
the first one was
For
like
sure.
we were kind of like struggling. Like it's our each one of these. I think we're going to streamline it a little better.
Yeah.
I think the other one was just a little long. The story was a little too long.
Yeah. It was 17 issues or something like that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, you really need to read the Thor title before that, so it added even one more book to it to understand the madness.
The best way to do it is to watch a video on the storyline and
Yeah.
watch the movie for the book report. You know.
Very true.
He's busy watching Fantastic Four right now. Okay. Have you seen it yet?
I have not, but I'll probably watch it tonight on the website because they got a good copy.
Yeah. I might watch it tonight too.
It's holding a phone or something other, but it looked pretty good. I watched the first few minutes of it, and it's like, oh, this looks good.
Yeah.
Sounds
Sweet.
pretty good. So that's what I did with Superman. So.
All right.
Alrighty, everyone in the chat, to which I know we don't have a lot of audience for this yet, so
We got one faithful friend in Darth.
Yes, Darth is awesome.
That's all we need.
Because
the Sith will rule the galaxy.
oh, we should need two since there's always needs to be two Sith.
Well,
Oh, you got you and Darth.
the
So.
Sith and Darth.
Oh, there we go. We got two Sith. I'm the lowly Jedi.
Jedi Bindu over here.
In the chat, thank you again for coming out, hanging out with us, rambling on about comic books. Hopefully, we get some more guys come.
Whoa.
Talk about comics.
Nice save.
Tomorrow night, we got the Whip It Customizing stream every Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So,
Sweet. I'll try and be there. I've got a little bit of stuff that I can work on. So
nice.
I'll have more soon. I've got suits and stuff coming. So.
I need to. I got that suit in too. I need to check it out.
Yeah. I found out that I accidentally kept one of Grail's hands. It's in my bag of DC Icon stuff now. But I was moving my stuff. And I was like, "Wait, who is it?" Oh snap! So, I've shorted you a hand, so I'll have to get that to you eventually.
I'll send you a replacement arm and everything.
Yeah. And I do need that Mrs. Nesbitt hat if you can.
Oh, you were being serious.
I want to make a video about it. It's not going to be a good video, but I mean I was joking, but I'm also kind of serious.
Okay,
it would be.
Yeah, I'll make one for you.
It'll be funny. So.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll catch you all next time. Have a good one.
Bye.
I found the actual outro video.